Assalamualaikum. My name is Noorina Fatini binti Muhammad Amin, matrix number 27364. So what is letter of credit? Letter of credit is a letter from a bank guaranteeing that a buyer's payment to a seller will be received on time and for the correct amount. In the event that the buyer is unable to make a payment on the purchase, the bank will be required to cover the full or remaining amount of the purchase. Generally, letters of credit make no provision for a governing law. Furthermore, the Uniform Custom and Practice for Documentary Credit (UCP) released by the International Chamber of Commerce makes no mention of a governing law for the letter of credit contract. But in attempting to find a governing law in keeping with the commercial expectation of the parties, the court have endeavored to apply the same law to all contract in a letter of credit transaction. I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Aina. My name is Nurul Ain binti Enriza. My matrix number is 272559. And now I will continue to the next part, which is what is the meaning of the contractual governing law. So, for your information, contractual governing law also can be defined as a choice of law, where it allows parties to govern based on a particular state of law, which it will be used to interpret an agreement with the intention with regards to the governing law of the contract by the virtue of express or implied of choice of law of the contract applied in the state. So, in this situation, the agreement will be decided by weighing with the closest connection factors, which is the most realistic with the connection to the contract. So that it will indicate the contract is not only depending on the geographical factors, but it is include other factors as well that is related to the contract, which it will give a favor in great certainty to the agreement that will be decided on the agreement. So next, I will be passed on to the next presenter.
Next, I will explain the application of contractual governing law rules to letters of credit. The first one is the contract between the applicant and the issuing bank. The applicant and the issuing bank are usually residents in the same jurisdiction. If the parties are in separate jurisdictions, however, it is likely that the law of the jurisdiction of the issuing bank will govern. It has been held that the law with the closest and most real connection to the contract governing the core account relationship between a bank and a customer is the law of the place where the account is kept. The characteristic performance of the contract is the issuing bank's provision of the core banking facility to the customer, and the governing law will be the law of the principal place of business of the issuing bank, treating incidental account services such as issuing letters of credit in the same manner as the core account relationship to determine the governing law of the bank-customer contract preserves certainty and uniformity for all services carried out in connection with the bank-customer relationship.
Hello everyone, my name is Nunazatul Muhammad Nazar. My matrix number is 273647. The contract between the issuing bank and the correspondent bank. The governing law of this relationship will depend on the nature of the correspondent bank. In the case of a conforming bank, it has been accepted that the place where the conforming bank acts its confirmation and honors the letter of credit that has the closest and most real connection to the contract. This will usually be the place where the conforming bank carries on its business. In the case of a nominated bank, the law of the nominated bank will have the closest and most real connection to the contract between the nominated bank and the issuing bank from the time the bank accepts the confirming documentation. This will similarly be the case under Rome 1, that the confirming or nominated bank will govern the contract, where the corresponding bank acts as an advising or collecting bank. The outcome is more ambiguous. At common law, it has been held that the advising bank's performance is in transferring the documentation rather than making payment to the beneficiary against confirming document. Therefore, the law which the contract has the closest and most real connection is that of the issuing bank.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Arif Hakimi bin Muhammad Sadun. My matrix number 272661. I will present for the applications of letter of credit. Okay, the contract with the beneficiary. Okay, as we know, in this contract we have two parties, two entities, which is the issuing bank and the correspondent bank. Okay, these two banks, they can have individual contract with the beneficiary. Okay, and this contract also depends on the employment of the correspondent bank and the functions of the bank. Okay, that's all from me. Okay, thank you.